Pronidar or Pronoundar, every pony. This is BronyDan. It's not original, but hey, you try coming up with reality these days. And oh my god, folks, we have just hit 200 subscribers. I don't know whether to say thank you to you guys for supporting my work, or whether I should feel pity on you for actually sitting through my shit. But, as a special thank you, I think it is my duty to reward you all by going back and reviewing something from G1 of My Little Pony. This is going to be interesting since, despite being a brony for 5 years, I haven't really seen much of, in fact, very little of the other generations outside of Friendship is Magic. Although I do think in some cases...
This certainly is a pinkalicious tea party. Wouldn't you say so, Mr. Quackerson?
Yeah, I think it's best we avoid that. But today, I've decided to rectify this. So, to celebrate 200 subscribers, we are going to take a look at the very first episode of My Little Pony from all the way back in 1984, Rescue at Midnight Cat.
Hold it right there, Dan!
Hi, Zion.
Dan? What are you doing?
Well, I just thought of celebrating 200 subscribers by,
You're reviewing the original My Little Pony episode, aren't you?
Well, yeah.
Dude! Reviewing the original My Little Pony series is what I do! You're moving on my territory here!
Well, it's not like I'm reviewing an episode you've already covered. You skipped the pilot on your show.
Oh, don't worry, he's gonna get there. This is in his near future.
What the goat said.
Just for that, you're reviewing Tails.
So you don't want me to review an episode that you consciously skipped on the grounds that you may or may not review said episode at some point in the unforeseeable future?
No, it's not that. I just don't want you to review it before I do.
And G3.
Will you stop throwing bloody piggy? Ah!
Yeah, I'm just gonna start the review now.
Might be best.
So we open the first episode with... God, it doesn't matter what generation, that intro is still an ear rape. We open on Dream Valley, where we see all the ponies frolicking and having fun and... Oh, it's so disgustingly pleasant. It just makes you wish for something unpleasant to happen, like, say, I don't know, a horde of dragons coming out of the... Well, okay, that'll do. So, yeah, not even 3 minutes in and already we have ponies being kidnapped by this guy, Scorpan, who takes them to his master, Tirek. And is it just me, or does he sound like the guy who does the opening to Count Duckula?
You will prepare another raid, Scorpan. Now! Castle Duckula, home for many centuries to a dreadful dynasty of vicious vampire ducks. The Counts of Duckula.
So, yeah, as you've already noticed, we see the original Scorpan and Tirek, and they're honestly not that much different from when they appeared in Friendship is Magic, except they're not brothers in this. In fact, there are a few familiar names and characteristics that you could say are the prototypes for some of the main 6.
Twilight, will I ever fly like Firefly and Medley? Applesauce, anyone? I can slither really fast, Scorpion, really fast.
Not now, Spike! Not now!
Well, the Rainbow Dash prototype called Firefly decides to go and get help, which turns out to be a girl called Megan, who seems to take the whole flying, talking pony who needs her help to defeat an ultimate evil threat pretty well, because she jumps on her back without question. Were kids in the 80s always this simple?
This is Megan, everybody. She's here to help us. Hooray! Run, everybody! Run! Help!
Oh, nice job, Firefly. Your so-called savior hasn't been here for less than 30 seconds and already she's been kidnapped. Did you just pick the first person you saw? You did.
Yeah, this is why we lock you up during elections.
But Firefly manages to save her, and Scorpan seems to show some compassion.
Leave this land. This battle is not yours.
Yeah, I never intended to get involved in your battle in the first place. These ponies kind of dragged me here against my will. I didn't even have a say in the matter.
So what does Tyrek intend to do with these ponies that he's captured? So is this where people were getting the ideas that Fluttershy was going to turn into a dragon in Season 4? So Megan and the ponies decide to go and save their friends by going to someone called the Moochick. However, Applejack and Megan fall through a bridge into the water and... Oh god, I forgot. Christ on a shoestring. Whenever people bring up G1 of My Little Pony, immediately the first thing to come up is the bloody sea ponies. These things are like the Boba Fett of this franchise. They don't do a lot, don't have that many appearances, yet they leave a massive impression on people. Although I think that's just because their song is so bloody catchy, you'll be humming it for weeks. Sometimes I find myself laughing at this, and I don't know whether it's because I'm actually enjoying it or it's just so ridiculous that no other expression seems suitable. You make the decision.
So, was that just an hallucination due to lack of oxygen?
So beyond some magic mushrooms, what else would you call them? They finally meet the Moochick.
Is T-Rex going to force your friends to bring in the night that never ends?
So this is what Glossaric was doing before he became a mentor to the butterfly family.
What you looking for, Mr. Moochick?
The only thing that might help defeat T-Rex. A rainbow of light.
Why couldn't you just said rainbow? Seems to be a bit needless to add of light at the end of it. That's what a rainbow is. It's a reflection and refraction of light in water droplets. I mean, if you'd have said magic rainbow, then I don't think we would have this problem. But the fact that you added of light in there, it kind of makes the statement a bit stupid.
Thank you for all you've done.
No time for thanks, no time for thanks.
We've only got 6 minutes left. This shit needs to be wrapped up as quickly as possible. So they arrive and sneak into T-Rex's castle just as Scorpan decides to help Spike and another pony called Ember to escape. But Applejack gets captured and is turned into the final dragon to pull T-Rex's chariot so he can spread his rainbow of darkness across the land.
Come on, Firefly. Hold on, I'm going for the double loop again.
But T-Rex manages to get the bag back, so Megan decides to unleash the rainbow of light. Still sounds weird.
Our rainbow! It's gone! We're finished! Our rainbow's fighting back!
It can't be.
So T-Rex and all his power is destroyed, Scorpan turns into eye candy, and that's the end. Well, that's the very first episode of My Little Pony, and... my god, that was just stupidly fun. You can definitely say this is an 80s show. This was more or less a way to try and sell the toys, which is why things like pacing and personality to characters is a bit of a foreign concept to them. But the longer you watch it, you do see the little influences that gave Lauren Faust the ideas for Friendship is Magic. The feeling of adventure, the scope of the danger, the reformation of villains. So overall, yeah, if this didn't exist, then I don't think many of us would be doing what we're doing. So if you haven't seen it yet, I would recommend it. It's cheesy and its pacing is all over the place, but hey, it's harmless. So thanks, Rescue at Midnight Castle. You started something, good or for bad, and you did help to inspire a generation of fans and reviewers. So, thanks for that. You did good. Well, this is BronyDan saying, Nostar.